On Sunday, the last few trucks were towed out of Canada's capital, where the streets were finally commotion-free for the first time in almost a month after a massive police operation ended a drawn-out siege by protesters opposing COVID health rules. A major cleanup was underway in Ottawa's snowy downtown when police in riot gear had faced off with trucker-led demonstrators for 2 full days, finally driving them out of their protest hubs outside the parliament. Early Sunday, police were manning checkpoints restricting access to a 500-acre downtown area while a large force remained on standby to defend the ground reclaimed from the truckers. An AFP journalist saw only a handful of protesters in the area testing the perimeter. One who gave his name, Ottawa police issued a reminder that the core area remains off limits except to local residents and workers. On Friday, police tweeted that 2 people had just been arrested for a total of 191, including protest leaders since police moved in. They said 57 vehicles had so far been towed out of the city centre, paralyzed since January 29th when hundreds of trucks, RVs and other vehicles parked there in protest. Meanwhile, crews took down the last tents, food stands and other makeshift structure erected by demonstrators and cleared snow from streets in preparation for local businesses to open. For the first time in weeks, Ottawa residents were not awakened by the incessant honking that had become a staple of the protests. All the pandemic health rules in Canada have eased as case numbers trend downward. Protesters continued calling for a full lifting of restrictions which have been among the world's strictest. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau's government is meanwhile facing a lawsuit from a civil liberties group and pushback from political rivals over the decision to invoke rarely used emergency powers to crack down on the unlawful protests. This is despite polls showing Canadians, once sympathetic to the trucker-led movement, have turned against them.
Subscribe to Oneindia channel and never miss an update.